This is John with Tract Optics, and Tract is one of those brands you don't necessarily hear a lot about simply because they've elected to go with a direct-to-consumer model. That means you're not going to see them in a lot of stores, but if there's that optics brand that a friend, a relative, anybody who reads Gun Digest asks about, like, this is the brand I go to, John. And you're doing something really special with your Nikon background and all the optics you're putting on the table in front of us.
Yeah, so being a direct-to-consumer brand, what it allows us to do is cut out the retail markup. So when you buy an optic from a store, you're paying for that retail markup, which these days is anywhere between 40 to 50%.
It's that high.
Yeah, so what it allows us to do is build a really high-quality product without that markup, and it gives the consumer a better value for their money. And so this is the new Toric laser range-finding binocular. It's been something we're working on for 3 years now, so we're really excited to be able to kind of finally present it here at SHOT Show. It's an incredible unit because it utilizes a ballistic software called Eagle Ballistics.
Eagle Ballistics.
Yeah, and then James Eagleman is a former U.S. Army sniper instructor. We were shooting this system over the course of 4 days against one of the top ballistic solvers, and Eagle Ballistics was proving to be more accurate in the data it solved over the course of 4 days with 10 different shooters.
That's incredible.
So that's why we went with that. There's a lot of features in this laser rangefinder binocular you don't necessarily find with others. One cool feature is it allows you to actually adjust the laser beam. Sometimes you're shooting a rangefinder, you know that the range it's giving you is not the right range because that beam is not hitting where the reticle is. Well, this allows you to actually adjust the beam so you can almost sight in the reticle.
No way.
Yeah, really cool feature. It's got half-mile-per-hour wind capabilities. You've got external wind buttons, so you can set the wind right from the outside of the unit. And the cool thing is your wind direction and your wind speed is visible at all times in your display. You don't have to toggle through another screen to get there, so it's much faster. It also has something called relative wind, which if you're ranging in one direction and you set that wind, if you turn, the compass in the rangefinder actually detects that and will change that wind value based upon the range in that particular direction.
I didn't know that was possible these days.
Yeah, so we've got 5 different reticle options. You've got a circle, an oval, a cross, a 2 MOA dot, and a 1 MOA dot. So it allows you to really customize the reticle for your exact target, plus the actual display allows you to select or deselect to make it as sophisticated with all of the data or as simple as possible with just the range.
That's incredible. And I think it's worth noting, I've got personal experience with a lot of the Tract rifle scopes. The technology you're talking about here and the precision and the attention to detail carries over into all those rifle scope models as well.
Yeah, absolutely. All of the Toric products use SHOT glass. SHOT is the brand of glass used by all of the high-end European companies. We're able to do it at a fraction of the cost, again, because we don't have that middleman markup. So we're able to deliver a really high-quality product. And, a lot of the range-finding binoculars out there, they kind of compromise in one area or the other. They're either a really good binocular and a so-so rangefinder, or a good rangefinder and then the optics suffer. A lot of these range-finding binoculars, you're going to see like a blue or a greenish, tint. We don't have that. So we feel we found the perfect balance of optics and electronics, and here it is.
You're bragging about your direct-to-consumer model, all that packed into those binos right there. Give me the MSRP.
So this is a prototype. We're still kind of figuring a few things out. Don't have the price finalized, but it's going to be in the neighborhood of $2,000.
No way. See, there's 2 things that are worth mentioning after talking to John here. Number one, it's worth noting that inside his brain is 15 years of knowledge acquired from Nikon, right? The Nikon camera lenses used to make a lot of great hunting optics, no longer do that. You've got that knowledge infused into here. And number 2, I think there's an expectation with consumers, right? When I'm looking for a rifle scope, here's my budget, here's what I can afford, here's what I'm going to get for that. But because you've got that direct-to-consumer model, you're essentially stepping up in features, benefits, quality without stepping up to that next level of price point, right? You spend $1,000, you get way more for your scope.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you compare our product feature for feature, spec for spec with competitive models, you're going to spend hundreds of dollars more to get the same level of quality. And that's the entire reason that we developed this brand, is to give the consumer a better value, more for their money.
Perfect. I've handed these binos to a lot of different guides out west, a bunch of guys in Africa who make their living looking through glass, finding animals. I cannot tell you the number of people. Let me say it this way: no one has ever looked through Tract binos, whether Tract binos or a rifle scope, and been disappointed. Everybody's immediate word is wow. And I promise you, have a look through some of their glass and you're going to have the same exact response too. Wonderful optics.